We are. All right, there's a little warning from the nice lady.
Yeah.
All right, you cool? You ready to go?
I am so ready.
All right, welcome to it. It is Real 92.3 and the Cruise Show. My name is Jeff G. Here with Paula Garces. How are you? So nice to have you on the show. I'm a fan of yours since way back in the Harold and Kumar days.
Oh my God. Well, I am super excited because today Aluna Sentinel of the Shards drops on Nintendo Switch and Steam. So I have, everything that comes with a premiere, right? This isn't a movie premiere, but this is a project that has been very dear to me. It's more than 12 years in the making. I've been fighting really hard. It started out as a little comic book, and now she's her own video game. She's the star of her own video game. So a long answer to your question
is that you're very busy.
I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm nervous, all of those things.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, I mean, like you said, it started out as a comic book, and it was obviously a passion project for you, right? And I love the fact that, I read some comic books, my kids read a few too, but I really enjoy to see comic book genres, branch out. I love when there's female empowerment, in comic books. I love, when you see the black and brown comic books that are geared towards those audiences. Amazing, because I don't think it has to be typical. It shouldn't be boxed in. When you started this, what was like that one defining reason that you said, you know what, I'm putting my mind, I'm putting my heart to this, and this is what we're doing?
So I grew up watching Hanna-Barbera, so all the Scooby-Doo, the Jetsons, all of that, right? And the comic books that I read were basically the Archie comic books. So my first moment that I knew that comic books were really cool is when I was first invited to San Diego Comic-Con back in 2008. I was like,
so fun.
Completely hooked. I mean, you know how it is, the energy.
Yep.
You get people's reactions right away. If they dig you, you're awesome. If they don't, they let you know, right? And so I'm a New Yorker, and I love that. I dig that. And when I went to in 2008, I very quickly realized there was a lot of Latinos, a lot of brown people, a lot of Asians, a lot of all kinds of everything, right? Buying a lot of stuff. But nothing that really represented us in a positive light. I was like, where are the Latino and the Latina superheroes? Like, I live with them every day. My mom, my dad, my grandmother, all superheroes. And so I decided to create my own. Instead of getting mad, I was like, I'm just gonna do it.
Right. Why not me? A lot of people need to have that mindset. Like, if there's something that you feel is missing in any kind of space, it doesn't really matter if it's music or comic books or movies or television or now, the digital content as well. It's like, why not do it? Why not take a chance? I think too many people are afraid, and I'm really happy and proud of you for that. And thank you again for joining us. So let's talk about the video game, right? What makes it different from other video games? We know, obviously, the female lead is very huge, and the superhero genre, especially for females, that's what is the center focus of it. But what makes it different from other video games that they're maybe out on the market now?
So it's definitely a classic RPG, right? It's full of battle scenes. You're definitely going to have to work for your weapons, for your skins, for your loot, right? But what's really cool about Aluna is that it delves into a world that I think hasn't really been explored in video games before. That's why I'm being slated as the first Latina superhero to really bring the world of ancient civilizations of South America, Central America, and the Caribbean, right? Because Aluna is not based on actual history. We took a lot of the mythology of the Incas, of the Mayas, of the Aztecs, Chibchas, the Taironas, and our Caribbean people, right? And we mixed it all together. And I did it on purpose because I didn't want one specific group to fight with the other. And I wanted a superhero to unite our Latinx community, right? And so that's really been my dream. But also we have roots that are conflicted, right? We also have European on us, whether we like it or not. It's the reason why we speak Spanish. Spanish isn't even our native language, which someone very pointedly pointed it out to me the other day. And I was like, you're right. We were conquered by Europeans, by the Spaniards, by the Portuguese. So I celebrate that not in a not that I celebrate that we were conquered, but since we all have European blood, Aluna is the daughter of a goddess, Pachamama, who a lot of the ancient civilizations believe in, and she is also half conquistador. So she is always flawed, always conflicted. Not only does she have a battle within herself, but obviously the battle is happening around her, because the video game, the comic books is all set in the discovery of South America in the 16th century. Yes, we take a lot of liberty, again, with the mythology, with the magic, and all the mysticism of all these incredible civilizations, and with history, but we put forth basically a question. What if there was a Latina superhero that gave the conquistadors a way to go? You know, how would our history be different today? How would we personally feel about ourselves? So while you are playing this action RPG game, you are also going to be questioning, like, wow, what if we did conquer these conquistadors this way? And what if I was able to, you know, swing my macana stick and really give them a way to go, you know? And so that's basically what you can expect from the RPG game of Aluna, Sentinel of the Shards. It's just a new world that hasn't been explored before. We have explored a lot of the Greek mythology, a lot of the European mythology, and that's all cool. But I think Latinos we need to explore our own. We need to really ask ourselves. Back in 2008, I was having a moment. I was like, wow, I'm really ignorant about where I come from. Even though I'm so close to my Colombian family, I'm close to my Mexican peeps, and obviously living and growing up in Spanish Harlem, I had the Caribbean unlock, right? Because a lot of people think I'm Caribbean because I'm married to a Puerto Rican. I have a lot of Dominican friends, and I have that East Coast flavor. But really, my Colombia, my South American roots got lost, and I felt lost. So this is an homage to that little girl who's a big dreamer. This is an homage to Latinx people, or my Latinx community. I have been very lucky in my career, even when I messed it up in the beginning, supposedly. You know, I had a baby at 17. I was a rebel. I didn't really exactly do things the way you were supposed to, but maybe that was a good thing. You know, how are we supposed to be? What is our life story? How are we supposed to work? Or what are the businesses that we are supposed to have? When I first had this idea, a lot of guys, I don't mean to put you on blast, but a lot of men were like, girls don't do video games. Girls can't produce or create or write video games. You guys don't do motion comics, and we do that. That's our business. And so I wanted to break down that barrier and really give girls, kids, I don't know, ageism too, right? Because I'm at a certain age where people are like, oh, it's too late for you to start all of this mess, right? And no, I don't feel it's too late. I feel like it's never too late. And like what you were saying before is, I don't think we should let ourselves be boxed in anywhere, anytime, at any moment in our life. So I hope that this game, I hope that the comic books, I hope that the motion comic that's soon to be released gives some hope and some inspiration, and that people just have fun. And we need to celebrate our culture, you know, celebrate it.
Of course.
Let's not nitpick at each other. Let's celebrate each other, lift each other up, and hopefully everyone comes out and supports. Again, it's out today on Nintendo Switch and on Steam. I made it affordable on purpose. It's $19.99.
Wow.
So it's cheaper than going to the movies, guys.
Yes. No, and you know what? And again, like we want to make sure you mention Aluna, Sentinel of Shards, out right now. You mentioned on Nintendo Switch, and what was the other platform? I'm so sorry.
On Steam. So for those PC gamers, we made sure that we at least had it on Steam. But it's definitely going to be coming out on PlayStation and on Xbox in the coming weeks.
Amazing. Yeah, that was such an old person question. My kids are going to be so embarrassed that I asked what Steam was. Oh my God. I just played myself so bad, Paula. Oh man, I'm never going to hear the end of it. So let me ask you this. You mentioned that you have a child. How much did they play in your inspiration to do all this as well? Because I find myself doing that a lot. I have a 12-year-old and I have a 14-year-old, and I watch how they move, and that plays into a lot of decision making. You know, what we do on the radio, how we put out our digital content, what we talk about, who we book as guests. Because, you know, ultimately, if we don't pay attention to that Gen Z, we're going to be in trouble in a few years, right? So we can't take that for granted. And I think that they play in a lot of the decisions that I make. Was that the same for you in starting, in starting the comic book and in deciding to do the video game?
So I'm laughing because my daughter Sky, who's 28
Mm-hmm.
years old, she's definitely right now when she sees this interview, she's also going to be giving me the side eye, like, see, because she constantly trying to guide me as far as the social media and everything else and how I should be presenting myself, right? But I'm a mom, so I also play the mom part.
Right.
But
well, you'll always be mom to her, right?
Yes. But obviously, they have a huge influence. So I have a 28-year-old daughter and I have a 7-year-old son. So I have, and I have a girl and I have a boy. So definitely Aluna was Aluna's 12 years plus, coming. So it definitely has a lot to do with Sky, inspired by her likeliness, kind of looks like her, just awesome. Everything that I feel like my daughter is. And in an everyday situation, she's full of heart, she's energy, she's action, adventure. She is not afraid. A lot of this Gen Z, like you said it, they're not afraid. And I'm so glad for that, because the movement, right, is really driven by them. And we should listen a little more. So you actually on point on that. And as far as my 7-year-old, he actually has been playing Aluna, the game on Switch, for about a week now. Wow. And he loves it. And our kids are the hardest critics, right? So if he's having a good time with it, and it's actually challenging him too as well, because he's a gamer. He plays Minecraft and Roblox and Angry Birds and Plants versus Zombies, whatever. Zombies, all those games, yes. If he enjoys it and it's keeping his attention, but he's also asking me like questions about South America and different different gods, because there's monsters and different gods that Aluna also has to play, right? Also has to battle different bosses to get to the next level. It's really cool because some of them are really based on these mythological beliefs of these ancient civilizations. So I've been able to have these conversations with him, with actually him feeling like he's getting a history lesson and him going boring, you know what I mean? Right. Like it's actually something that they can engage in. So I'm really excited to see like what parents like you think of it. If you have a good time playing it with your kids and vice versa. So you hit the nail right in the head, man. We have to listen to our kids.
For sure. And you know what? I'm going to make sure that we purchase it for the Switch. And then I promise, I'm going to tape them playing it. And I'm going to send it to Veronica and I'll make sure she gets it to you. So you see a real deal review from a 12-year-old, because I think that's important feedback at the same time. And I'm just really proud of everything that you've been able to do. I mean, I think that, you've done such a great job in your movie and TV career, and to see you really do something that's passionate for the culture and for yourself and for your family, I think it's just amazing. Because like I said, a lot of people are afraid and a lot of people won't pull the trigger on stuff like that because they're afraid of failure. And I love the fact that not only were you not afraid, but it's been a huge success. And now you're branching out on all kinds of different platforms. So I hope to see the Aluna cartoon soon. I hope to see all those different aspects of it, because I think you have such a winning franchise here. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I mean, look, it's been a common thread through my whole career. I've been playing Latinas on TV and television. Right now, I'm obviously playing Henny. She's a mom on my block. And I just want to say a big thank you to the audience, because Tío Netflix listens to the numbers and the audience members. And I dare say, on my block, yes, it's beautifully written. The actors are pretty cool, right? If I dare say. The creator of the show, Lauren Unerick, is also like a creative, just genius. But it's really been driven by the fans. The fans have asked for more, and now we're up to season 4. And I'm just amazing. I'm very humbled, and this season is very important to me personally because I got my first shot at directing. So I directed my first episode this season. Yeah. So I don't know, I feel like if I kick down those doors, the Latinas behind me won't have to kick them down. Maybe they can just like shove it open a little bit. So I hope people again check that out as well. On My Block is awesome on Netflix, streaming all 3 seasons right now. Right now we're in production of the 4th season. So when that comes out, if you guys could check out episode 2, that's the one I directed, and say, awesome. Oh my God, this is awesome. That director kicked ass. That would be great.
Hey, listen, we're going to have you. It's a little bit of a tough time getting you in studio this time around just because of timing, because of the holiday and everything. It's so much stuff. But listen, season 4, come in studio with us so you can meet the rest of the crew. They're amazing. You're going to love Lechero, Leslie, and Cruz. I promise you that. Like, there's no show like us on the radio. And it's all Latino. You're going to love it, and you're going to have a blast. So when that drops, we'll have you come in, okay? That's a promise.
I'm excited. And now that I'm spending a lot of time here in LA, I'm driving a lot. And what do you do when you drive? You listen to the radio. So
telling you, 2 to 7. 2 to 7 on Real 92.3. Give us a listen. You're gonna love it, man, because it's a show. It's a show for all of us, and it's really a show for LA. You know what I mean? And most importantly, for the Black and the brown communities and everyone else for that matter. But you'll love the show. Give it a listen. I think you'll enjoy it. And thank you so much for joining us. And remember, Aluna, Sentinel of Shards out right now, Nintendo Switch. And I can't remember the other one. I forgot it again. Steam. Oh my God. Oh, that's twice. That's 2 strikes. Oh my God. And then of course coming out soon on PlayStation and Xbox, and of course the comic book as well, The World of Aluna. Make sure you check it out. On My Block coming out later this fall. We'll have you on for that. And just Paula, thank you so much. You're such a positive energy and a cool vibe, and we look forward to having you in studio.
Thank you so much, and really just kisses, and thank you for the love and the support. Have a great rest of the day. Mwah.
You too. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.